Hey guys, what's up? This is Matt Yokai. Welcome back to my series on Friday the 13th, the game and beta. So in these short videos, I'm going to be talking about various theories and different things we will come across in Friday the 13th, the game. So if you like Friday the 13th, the game, check it out. My first video was on the car and how to escape Camp Crystal Lake. I discussed about what parts we need to collect, the order in which we need to do this, and how difficult it really is. So please check that out if you like theory videos. Alright, so let's talk about barricades. So I noticed a lot of people have been asking on Twitter and Facebook, hey, are there barricades in Friday the 13th, the game, and can we barricade doors? And the answer is yes. There are definitely barricades in the game. And this was proven by Ronnie Hobbs, the co-creator of Friday the 13th, the game, when he posted an in-game photo on Twitter of Jason striking a metal bar. Now, this metal bar was placed in front of the exit door, and Jason was trying to hit it. He couldn't break through the door that easily, and the flirty girl looked on in terror. And I'm guessing this iron bar will provide 10 or 15 seconds of escape time. So if Jason is attacking the door, he breaks part of it down, and he's starting to hit the iron bar you've placed, then you're only going to have a few moments to escape, maybe jump out of a window, hide, or go out the back door before Jason breaks in and all hell breaks loose. So keep that in mind when you use that barricade. Now, you might be wondering, okay, so do players pick up this barricade and they just put it in front of any door they want? Or is it attached to a certain door? Like, how does that work? And the answer is, it is attached to the door ahead of time. And I have proof of this from a recent video Gun Media posted on YouTube that shows the bookish girl breaking through a cabin. Check it out. So here you see the bookish girl running for her life. She jumps through, and as the camera pans around the room and shows the bookish girl getting up and brushing the glass off, she's covered in blood, you will notice in the background there is an exit door, and at that exit door is an iron bar sticking straight up. And that iron bar looks very similar to the iron bar or barricade Ronnie Hobbs showcased in his Twitter photo. So I do think that based upon this photo and also the video that shows the exit door with the iron bar, that these iron bars are barricades and that they are pre-installed in the exit doors. So I don't think we can remove them and carry them to a different door. So I think certain cabins will be easier to defend than others based upon that blockade. So keep that in mind while you're playing the game and choosing your cabins to hide out in. The next kind of barricade I think we're going to come across are, well, basically what I call weapon barricades. I think you might be able to use certain weapons to barricade the door with. An example of this can be seen in Friday the 13th Part 3, when Chris Higgins takes a shovel and uses it to barricade the barn door. Jason then enters the barn, and after breaking the shovel, takes a huge piece of wood and locks himself with the protagonist. And based upon that, I have a feeling that, okay, camp counselors might be able to use their own weapons, like a 2x4 or a shovel or something, to barricade doors with. And Jason can probably break those weapons eventually over time. So that will be another type of barricade we can use in the game. The third type of barricade I think we will be seeing in the game are homemade barricades. At least that's what I call them. Basically taking any object you can find and making a barricade out of it. You know, put it in front of a stairway, put it in front of the door, do what you gotta do to survive. And this was inspired from Friday the 13th Part 1 and Friday the 13th Part 4. Gun Media has said several times that they're going to stay as realistic to the films and honor them as much as they can. And barricading, as you can see in Friday the 13th Part 1 with the homemade barricade, Friday the 13th Part 2 with the wooden barricade, very similar to the iron barricade that Ronnie Hobbs showed. Ginny Field is trying to make a barricade with what appears to be a wooden log of some sort. Yeah, it's a wooden log by the looks of it. And then Friday the 13th Part 3 with the shovel, and then Jason later taking the 2x4 or giant wooden plank. And then Friday the 13th Part 4 with the shelf and desk. You know, barricades has been such a fundamental aspect of Friday the 13th films, and for them not to include homemade barricades, you know, I think that would take a little bit of the horror element out of the game. So I do think homemade barricades will be a possibility. Another piece of evidence I have to suggest this is this photo again. So this is the photo I just showed you recently. it is Jason trying to break through the door once again, and he's hitting the first blockade, but you will notice that in front of the flirty girl, there are 3 boxes. These are the same boxes that you see in the virtual cabin that say fragile, handle with care. And these are moving boxes. And I have a feeling that we might be able to move these moving boxes across, not the map, I want to say at least inside the cabin. We can move them, we can put them in front of the door, and just the way these boxes have been placed, it seems peculiar. It almost looks as though the boxes were in the process of being moved towards the door, and I think the flirty girl, or in this case Ronnie, was attempting to move the boxes in order to support his first barricade, when all of a sudden, Jason appears and starts breaking down the door. So Ronnie was out of time to complete his barricade, and he had to decide, okay, do I want to keep pushing these boxes? Do I want to jump out a window? Do I want to hide? What do I want to do? What should I do? So I think we can move at least different boxes in the game, and maybe certain items as well, like desks, chairs, televisions, sofas. But if you want to move a sofa, I think it will take more than one player. So that's just my opinion. So that is my opinion on homemade barricades. And let me know what you think. Do you plan to use barricades in Friday the 13th the game? You know, are you the kind of person that likes to get as many weapons as possible, get as many friends as possible, and hole up inside a cabin and fight off Jason that way? Or are you the kind of player that likes to move stealthily from cabin to cabin, collecting gear and weapons, and slowly making your way towards the car or boat to escape? Let me know in the comments below. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will soon be posting my 3rd theory video on how Friday the 13th the game will work. So stick around. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great night. Peace, folks. Bye.